My name is Irene Teagarden. I lost my 14-year-old daughter, Amanda Joy, to suicide on September 22nd, 2010. I guess reflecting back on my relationship with my daughter, I feel like a lot of guilt because when I had her, I was at a young age and I felt like I always was pushing her away. She was born a statistic and died a statistic. She just loved everybody. All aunts, uncles, everybody. She would always give a hug. I've battled with my own mental illness, like depression. I've battled with that for a long time. I feel like I gave that gene to her. At the end of 8th grade, she was an A student. And then over the course of the summer, like she had such a severe, I always say it's a personality shift. There came a point where we felt like, me and my ex-husband felt like she needed some additional help. At that point in time, they placed her on an antidepressant. And I felt like, okay, well, that's good for her if that's what they think she needs. It went to her sneaking out of the house, talking back, being volatile, just if there was a rule, it was going to get broken. So, I put her on that antidepressant, hoping it would help her, but it wasn't until after she passed away that I found out like that medicine wasn't even FDA approved for kids her age. She died on the 22nd and her follow-up with the doctor was the 24th. Like if a professional physician can't help her, how am I supposed to help her? She's my first kid and my first teenager. I'm learning as I go too. I can still remember looking through the back porch window in the kitchen and I saw her with this dog leash and she was just sitting there swinging that leash back and forth. Well, that night we went to sleep and she came out to me. She said, "I love you." And I said, "I love you too." And she gave me a kiss. And the next thing I know was like 2 o'clock in the morning and one of her friend's parents were knocking on the door. I guess my daughter had snuck out of the house during the night. And the mom came over and said, "Well, she's at my house and what do you want to do?" I went to work the following morning, like always. And so I called first period. She was marked as absent. Second period, she was marked as absent. By the time third period came, I left work because that wasn't like her. So then I started going to her friends' houses. And that's when I got the phone call from a police officer. And he said, "Well, I need to go see you. Where are you?" I gave him the physical address. But I never thought he was going to come and tell me she was dead. I didn't even really register it when he said, I want to let you know at roughly 10:30 in the morning, somebody was doing their dishes and they looked out their window and they saw your daughter hanging from a tree. And she's that dog leash. Sometimes I still don't even really believe it. Like it seems like a dream. She's been dead for 3 years, almost 3 years and 1 month almost. And it was on a Wednesday when she killed herself. I think a lot of times I tell myself she's at a friend's house visiting with somebody. And I just remember like every Wednesday waking up like a nightmare. It's not just, that one person's gone. It has like this huge ripple effect on your life. Like I have severed relationships. Like I don't have any type of relationship with my family on my mom's side because they feel like it's my fault. It's been 3 years since she's been dead and I tell myself, it's been a long 3 years. And I wake up thinking I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life. Like I'm only, I'm 35 years old and I've already buried a baby. And I'm supposed to go the rest of my life. And instead, I have nothing but a box of ashes that sits on my nightstand. That's what I have left. I've been in my house for almost a year. And I still, don't have things up on the wall. I still have, a garage I've been working on for a year. People don't want to talk about suicide. That's the bottom line. That's what I'm learning. And nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear about it. It's almost like it's taboo. Like people do not want to hear about it, or like me for a long time I felt ashamed to talk about it. It's sad to say, but it's like I feel like there's not enough people advocating for suicide prevention. I don't like to celebrate New Year's because I feel like, oh, that's another year I leave my daughter behind. And I feel like, am I going to spend the rest of my life just going through the motions of living, but not really actually living, not ever enjoying life again? I hear about people killing themselves all over the damn place here in San Antonio because it's like you can't help but be more aware of it. Everything's changed. It's constantly changing. I feel the more things change, the further behind I leave my daughter. You know? It's like I leave her so far behind. Really, I mean, my personal experience has been that if you don't find somebody to talk to, somebody who's going to be able to help you kind of process this, you're going to stay very stuck. Very stuck.